Today's episode of If We Ran Nintendo is brought to you by the Switch Village Facebook group. Head over there now and join one of the most welcoming and interactive Facebook groups in all the land. A really awesome place to hang out and talk about Nintendo. Go check it out today.
If We Ran Nintendo.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 143 of If We Ran Nintendo. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru, joined by the greatest co-host in all the land, Mr. Sean Capri.
Bobby, it's just the two of us once again, my friend. We're back, back to our old format where we've had our one guest for the 6 months, and we can go back to just us. This is nice. This is nice.
I know how you're just last week
I'm
you were
kidding.
throwing some
I'm
shade.
kidding. I'm kidding.
No, you stop right now.
Because I'm sounding
last
like Toby.
I'm sounding like Toby.
I'm sounding.
Yeah, last week you threw some shade at Toby. You're just as bad, bro.
I'm just joking.
Bad.
I already miss Garrett. I miss Garrett, but I got a little taste. I got a little extra Garrett Bland this week. On his review on your channel, man. The War Groove review went up this week, so that was pretty sweet, dude.
Yep. Went up yesterday, actually. I kept trying to find a place to put it.
Yeah.
It's like, where do I put it up? Like, I didn't want to put it against me. You know what I mean? Like, but I also. And then one day I was just like, you know what, man? I really don't feel like doing anything today, video-wise. There's not a lot of news. Perfect time to put this.
That is good.
So I grabbed it and threw it up there and all that stuff. But I have an idea for my next review. It's gonna be interesting. I think you'll like it.
Can I say? Do you have War Groove? Did you get it?
I did buy it. I started it and I stopped very quickly.
We need to do more of this asynchronous multiplayer stuff, dude. It is amazing.
So what is it? Like you make a move and then I make a move and then you make a move and I make a move, that type of thing?
Yeah, just like we don't have to be playing at the same. Remember Mario Golf? Remember when we were all playing Mario Golf? It's exactly like that. You play whenever. I mean, it's not quite the same. But yeah, you take your turn whenever you get a chance, and you go like, "Hey man, whenever you get a chance, it's your turn next." Like we don't have to dedicate. We don't have to be playing at the exact same time. We can just do it. Even if we do like one move a day, it's pretty sweet.
Chess.
Yeah.
Chess, kind of.
Yeah, it's just a digital chess.
Pretty awesome.
It is
pretty awesome.
sweet,
We'll
man.
have to check it out. I had to figure out the game and learn what the mechanics were and stuff first.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea how to play.
Yeah, Garrett will learn you though, because he's beat the game. He's obviously on another level.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. That game's tough, man.
Yeah.
I give him credit too, man, because there's a lot of people that do reviews and don't complete the game. They might get very far, but dude, he legitimately came to me and apologized. I'm like, dude, what are you apologizing for? Like, first off, you went and bought the game because I couldn't get your review code.
Mm-hmm.
You stepped out and did your thing, and like you're killing it, bro. Like,
pretty sweet.
Seriously, you're a good guy, man. I'm really glad that we worked out and got stars aligned and stuff. And basically, I mean, that's just because of the relationship between. He was on your show, We the Gamercast, first, and then he was doing reviews and stuff for We the Nerdy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to him and I was like, "Hey man, how are things? How are the blogs and all that?" He's like, "I just don't have time to do it. Like maybe I could cut some of that time away. You know, maybe you want to come and do it." And he's like, "Oh yeah, man, I'm definitely down." I'm like, "All right, we'll just do some recording, some audio stuff. I'll edit everything for you. You just go for it." So it's been good. It's been good.
Nice, man. Yeah,
it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun moving forward. And I still do stuff with that other guy,
Tim Off.
Oh, Tim. Well, Tim, I still do stuff with Tim. I was getting ready to crack a joke about Pat.
Oh, good God! I had no idea you were going there.
No, me and Pat did a review, and Toby. I got a few people that like I'll bounce stuff back and forth, and like we'll do a review here and do a review there and all that stuff. Makes it fun. Yeah, I like it because it gives different voices. It's not just the same voice all the time.
Oh, that's why I haven't been invited. Just Toby and Pat, the other guys you podcast with.
Really, dude? Really? Well, maybe you played a little Nintendo.
Yeah, there you go. Man, that took you like 10 minutes to come up with that comeback. Hey, man, maybe if Damon Ex Machina demo was actually worth playing.
Here we go. Don't trash that. That's one thing. Did you try Yoshi?
No, I downloaded it, though. I gotta get to it, though. Yeah. I had a weird week, man. It's been a weird week. I can't believe it's actually been a full week since you and I chatted. Like, I know I say that quite a lot, but like this week was very strange. It's good to talk to you, though, man. This is something I really look forward to. And you know, I gotta put this out there. You know, I was listening to the Megadads this month. You know, because they do one a month and they pat themselves on the back for all that stuff. You guys got to slow your roll a little bit, all right? Did you listen, Bob? Do you listen to the Megadads still? Do you listen to these guys?
Here's
their
the thing.
6-hour their Godfather release every month?
That's to say, first off, number one, 3 hours, man. Bro.
I love it.
Bro. My main thing is it's hard for me to listen to work because the one week John was talking about, you know,
something about his dick.
Fondling himself. Yeah. And I was just like, I can't listen to this at work. So I had to shut it down. So we'll see.
Okay. So let me catch you up to speed. It's a bunch of poop stories, some opinions, etc. Some hundo P words, and then Adam telling us about how much better they are at podcasting than anybody else. Let me tell you something, Adam. Okay, this isn't even falling into a shout out. Let me just tell. I think we got to get this thing going up again. The wrestling, the rivalry, because I hear him saying all these things. He's got great ambitions, and that's good. Yeah. You think that you're like on a new trajectory? Let me tell you something, Adam Leonard. First of all, I love your face very, very much. But you got to stop that garbage because Bobby and I are the original. Yeah. We're the OG. You're 5 years, but it's like it's taking you 5 years to do 50 episodes.
Well,
we do 50 episodes in our sleep.
Like, I could see if you were at like 670 episodes. 50 episodes? Bro, we did that year one.
What kind of sacrifices have you guys made to make your podcast keep going? Guess
I
what?
The marriage.
We're down one marriage. We're down 50% marriages. We're the statistic right here. Right here in this whole podcast. We did it. Not you guys.
Exactly. Exactly. And by the way, Mr. Blowhards, I funded your whole podcast. I funded everything you guys are doing over there. You won't be able to make Megadad shirts and all that stuff if it wasn't for me.
Bobby's putting those kids through college, man. Like, what are we joking about here?
Elliot wouldn't be doing anything, man. Nora would be like still teething if it wasn't for me. Mm-hmm. I got her to the dentist already.
I got her to the dentist.
I don't know. Just making stuff up.
I know. Can I just? I really love the Megadads. Like I really do. But you know what? They have been uncontested in this self-proclaimed championship that they've kind of bestowed upon themselves, and that is nonsense. I got the insipid ghost.
So listen. Let's just back it up for a second. All right.
I got the guru and the ghost.
It's like what 2 years, 3 years ago. That this whole thing broke loose at one time with the wrestling thing.
Yeah.
I devastated them.
Yeah.
If you want some of this again, Adam Leonard and John Wall, just say the word. Because I will gladly break out an old school promo and break you two down.
You can do that, Bobby.
Geriatric
you can do it. Guess what, though? You can do it, but you're going to have to wait until next month to hear their reply.
Yeah, exactly. That's
so, you know, you might as well just send them a letter in the mail.
Do you remember the episode they did when they were talking? They did like an extra thing, and it was like, who would win a fight? The Mega Dads, the Nintendo Dads, or if we ran Nintendo? Mm-hmm. And me and you were like fighting at the time.
I know. They're gonna stick us on each other.
Just let these two fight each other.
Yeah. Well, guess what? We're stronger now. We got that other chick out of here, so now Bobby and I were joined at the hip, my friend. Yeah,
it's good, man.
That's it. We got to bring this back, man. I don't know what has happened. We're all off doing our own thing. Everybody's, just worried about themselves. But guess what? Nothing binds us like furious fighting over podcasting and the internet. Let's bring it back, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, we're ready.
If we have to be the heels, that's fine.
Dude, trust me. I wear the heel roll very well.
I know you do.
Don't worry about that.
And I know how to get under people's skin. Obviously.
Oh, trust me. I could have Adam and John spitting flames in 2 seconds.
Oh.
Don't even worry about that.
Oh, baby. Okay.
All you gotta do is mention some Donald Trump stuff.
I think we already did today. Dude, I don't even think we have to go towards any of that stuff.
Yeah,
they probably already unsubscribed.
This is probably true.
Probably gone. Probably way gone.
You know what the funny thing is me and Adam we'll have these little conversations on the side, right? Mm-hmm. Privately.
Yeah.
And it's all lovey-dovey and stuff.
Yeah, I know, right?
And then publicly we're just bashing each other.
Right?
Like, I'll message them and I'll just be like, "Hey man, you okay? How's things going today? I'm great, blah, blah,
I
blah."
know.
And then today I'm just like hammering them every chance I get.
Same here. It's the best thing because I'll be like, "Hey man, I just want to let you know, like I was just putting Lincoln to bed and I had your music playing and I was singing to him and it was a sweet, sweet moment." And then like come back on here and like, you know, something, Adam Leonard, Leon Hard to
Alex and Jerry, I don't want to hear your nonsense.
Jerry. That's it, man. I don't care.
I'm
You guys have been calling yourselves number one for how long? And I don't understand what it's taken. Like, why hasn't anybody gone after these guys? I'll never understand.
Well, you know why? Because in reality,
they're pretty good.
They're not that good.
No, they're pretty good.
No, they're not. No, they're not. In reality, here's the thing. They beat themselves up for what, 3 years, 4 years, right? Of how bad they were.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, they expect everybody to believe that they're good. Like, you can't for 4 years say how bad you are, and then all of a sudden go, "We're the best."
Yeah.
I think people are going to believe it.
Just,
it
you know, next thing you know, Fluxapose is going to be doing that.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, exactly. Because they've been self-deprecating for how long? You know
I self-deprecate, okay? Nobody self-deprecates but me. You listen?
Oh, my God.
Me, I self-deprecate.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Anyway.
Should we start this episode off?
Let's kick this episode off like we do each and every episode with our shout-outs.
Yes, Geek Outs. Bobby, I didn't even get to tell you. I got all my Overpower cards organized, man. I got 2 binders. I got a red one and a blue one. I've got a spreadsheet going. It's good stuff, man. Don't be mad at me because, listen, I listen to all your other shows, and you do Geek Outs and you have all these guests on. They don't even know how to geek out at all. So you should be happy that at least you got somebody who podcasts with you on a weekly basis who even knows how to geek out. You know what I'm saying? I got Jurassic World Evolution from the library here. I'm pretty stoked about.
You know who doesn't know how to geek out is Joseph Moran.
Joseph Moran doesn't know how to geek out.
Oh my God, dude! I bring him on. He's just like a train wreck. He's like, I think he's trying to give shout outs.
Today.
But he's trying,
do you have anything nice to say about anybody today?
Dude, it was a bad day today.
Oh man,
it was a bad day.
I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm gonna give a shout out to Very Carey.
Oh, very nice.
I just did a stream a little while ago, and she helped me with a giveaway again. And she was right on top of it, helping out. Like, she's awesome, dude. I seriously, man, I'd be a mess without her at times because she really helps out with everything I do. So, okay. Do you have a shout out?
I do. I have. This is very serious, actually. As much joking around as we've been doing and joshing and chuckling and giving each other the old elbows in the ribs. One of our very good friends had a tough week and will probably have a tough month. I'm not entirely sure how he can even manage to deal with this. But our good friend Jacob Rush. This would have been the 4th birthday for his daughter Judah. And I will never forget the time that he came on We the Gamercast and shared his story. And I know that every year that passes, it doesn't get any easier. And he seems to share more about that every year online. And it just, my heart breaks for you, Jacob. I am thinking about you. And I wish to God that never happened to you, man. But we have family around you, and my shout out is dedicated to you. And I'm always here for you, man. So Jacob, love you. And, God, we're all thinking about you, buddy. There's my shout out, Bobby.
Damn. That's rough. And man, I can't. I'm not gonna act like I know.
You know, well, that's just.
I mean, I have a slight, the slightest of feelings of what it feels like, but I don't. You know what I mean? Like it's.
When Ellie was born, they started doing just recently here. They started doing a hearing test very shortly after the baby's born. Okay, and this is how like on the furthest end of the scale on the other side, and how hard this hits. I think it was silly that they do these tests so early, especially for Ellie, who she was scheduled C-section. So who knows how much longer she actually would have been, in the oven, bacon like a little bun.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
So she failed the one ear for a couple days actually. So it looked like she was going to be deaf. And I remember thinking like, oh my God, like I remember being devastated that.
Yeah.
Is it possible? Like I just had like flashes of the entire life, just like, oh my gosh, she's deaf. She can't hear out of this ear. And I'm like, seriously? Out of all the things that could possibly happen, 10 fingers, 10 toes, she's breathing, like all healthy baby. Like and all the things. I just remember having this very profound moment, like, if that's where we're at, count our blessings. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, listen, that's a natural. I think that's a natural reaction.
But it was like so quickly of like, oh my gosh, but also check yourself. You know?
Well, yeah, but again, I think it's a validated point because of the fact of like you want the best for your kids. You don't want your kids to suffer or anything like that, and it's it's understandable from that perspective. I do have another shout out, and this one comes to a friend of mine, Jesse Flores. So I started this mission just of on fire this last month of just head down, trudging through everything, pushing through. Once I hit 1,500, I got this weird 1,500 subscribers. For those who don't understand, I got this weird fire within me to like really drive hard, and like things became very clear for me of what I needed to do and where I needed to be, and it was just weird. Like I felt like before I went away, I was on a good trajectory, and then I left, and then I came back, and I feel like now I'm back on that mental trajectory. Like I was ready to come back when I came back, but I don't think that I stumbled out the blocks. I personally feel anyway, and I think I needed that to kind of wake me up a little bit, and to humble me a lot. But today I started the morning off, and every morning I just check the numbers just to see where I'm at because I'm trying to, and mentally I have goals I'm trying to get, and I'm just seeing where they are. And I was 18 away from 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I'm not even paying attention. Like I know the number, but it's not that. Like I'm like, okay, maybe I'll get it because I was hoping to try to get it by Saturday. Yeah. I thought it'd be kind of cool to have this giveaway that I was doing for 1,500 subscribers to be like, oh, by the way, you guys got me another 500 subs since you got me to 1,500.
That's crazy, man.
So Jesse turns around and goes into this group, which I referenced at the start of the show, Switch Village on Facebook. He puts a post in there and says, hey guys, Bobby Paul's a Nintendo guru. It's 15 or 18 subs away from 2,000. I think the Switchers, because they call themselves, can step it up and get him there. So what I'm going to do is if he hits the 2,000, I'm going to give everybody that subs to him in this group, I'm going to enter him in a contest for a $10 giveaway for an eShop card.
Yeah.
Out of his own pocket.
That's
amazing. And I'm like, what the heck is going on here?
Holy crap. Jesse's been supporting us for a long time, man.
Yeah, no joke, man. No joke. So I turn around and I'm like, you know what, Jesse? I appreciate what you're doing. I'm going to add $20 to this.
I love it.
So we're going to throw $30 at people and let it happen. When I tell you 18 people came out of that group, 18 people came out of that group. Instantly. And just pushed me right up to the top. Pushed me to where I wanted to be. And I'm over that now. I'm over it, and I'm heading to 3,000 now.
Heck
and
yeah. You're heading to 5,000, man.
Oh, I want that.
That's going to happen. You got some huge momentum right now. It's amazing.
So here's the thing I announced on the stream tonight, and you weren't there at the stream, so I think I should say it again here. Because I want people to understand what this is, what this means for me. So before I came back, I had a conversation with a dude on Instagram, Mr. Space Heater, who does customized switches and docks and all that stuff and Joy-Cons. He basically works on Joy-Cons.
I remember you showing me some of his stuff.
Yeah. So I contacted him before I came back.
Yep.
Name's Kyle. And I said, I want to do this thing. Want to hit 5,000 subs. When I hit 5,000 subs, we're going to do a giveaway. The winner of that giveaway will then confer with me and Kyle. All three of us will work together. Kyle will custom create you a Switch. You'll get the Switch, the Joy-Cons, the back plate on the Switch, the dock, the Joy-Con grip, all that stuff customized to whatever game theme you want it to be. We're gonna hammer it out, and done deal. So It's something I want to do, and I made the announcement today live on a stream. When we hit 5,000 subs, that'll be the giveaway.
Boom.
It's game on, man.
That's
game
what I'm
on
talking
every
about.
single time. Because my feeling was it's nice to give away a Switch, but honestly, that's only like all the people that follow me. Okay, I already have a Switch, so what good are you doing me, Bobby? You know what I mean? But I was like, hey, if I do this is a little different. This is, hey, Bobby's gonna hook me up with something special.
I love it.
If you win, obviously, but we'll see what happens. But so I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited about it. And Jesse, dude, seriously, like what they did was so special. Like, honestly, Sean, you're part of a bunch of Facebook groups. I'm part of a bunch of Facebook groups. They're all toxic, man. This thing's got over 2,000 people.
Get out of here.
Yes. The nicest bunch of people you will ever meet.
That's what I'm in for, man. That's it. I swear, like, I'll join this group and I'll leave 2 others.
Yeah, I'm serious,
my life
dude.
Out, man.
It's just like, oh my God, these people are so amazing. So nice, man. So check the show notes if you're interested in joining.
Very sweet.
I'll have the group in the show notes tonight, tomorrow, and all that stuff. The YouTube page in the iTunes and all that. But please go check these guys out. These guys are just really awesome.
I love it.
And I mistakenly named Jesse as the owner of the group, but Jesse's not the owner. Deanna Williams is the one that created the group, and but she asked Jesse to be a moderator from day one. So, and I didn't know this today when I announced it on the video. He was just like, "Oh no, I didn't make it. It was Deanna." So, but whatever, but Deanna Williams is the creator. Wonderful woman, seriously, like just the sweetest it can be. I love these guys. These guys are just amazing.
That's the best thing, man. And as we've been doing this for a number of years together, and we've uncovered and we've discovered so many people creating content, it's nice to know that there's still these little pockets to be found. Like these little diamonds in the rough. They're just like, hey, you thought all the IGN groups were toxic, all these other like things are just no good. There's still this. There's still things to find. I love that. That really encourages me, man.
It is. It's awesome. It's awesome. So, any more shout outs before
That's it. That's it. I only had one. Yep.
Because the name that shall not be named is just flipping. He's flipping.
I don't think he is. I think he's okay.
I don't know, man.
I think he's enjoyed the trash talk, and
he's got the sweat running down his bald head and all that.
Jeez. That's all right. Him and his son are like breaking like cement blocks and doing karate kicks and parkouring in the street or something.
No kidding, right?
Oh my God. Hardcore.
Listen, real talk, Todd. Why are you teaching this kid these moves?
I know.
He's gonna beat you up in 5
No, he's gonna send him on a killing tour. He's gonna get all of us. This is for every episode you went long on stupid shout outs. He's gonna show up in Canada. He's gonna judo chop an RCMP officer in the face. He's gonna take his horse.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Okay, so the topic we have this week: if we ran Nintendo, what would our VR look like? So this week, Nintendo announced Nintendo LABO VR. It looks a lot like the Google Cardboard or whatever the hell they call those stupid things.
Yeah.
Basically, you just dropped your cell phone in and it became like... Did you ever use any of them?
I got one of the worst headaches from one of those things, man.
So did I.
Holy crap.
Dying.
You know what? It was such a huge moment for me because before that, I remember hearing people say, like, I can't do VR because I get a little dizzy, I get a little sick to myself. I'm like, get out of here. You know, like, suck it up. Like, how bad could it be? And I played, like, Doom or Quake or maybe or something like that on a friend's Galaxy something. Holy crap, man. I was so sick. It was god-awful. So that's what I've had, but I've also had like really good VR experiences as well.
Well, I'm talking about just the cardboard. The cardboard.
Cardboard's no good.
Cardboard's no good, man.
From what I've seen.
Because I put it on a friend of mine at work when I worked at the last job. Glauco Schaefer. You remember Glauco?
Oh, yeah, man.
He used to be a supporter on Patreon.
Executive producer.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So Glauco, he basically... He got one, right? And he's like, Bob, you gotta try this. Bob. You gotta try it. And I'm like, no. I can't. And he's like, no, come on, seriously, try. And I put it on, and I think it was Paul McCartney and the Wings. But you're at the concert.
Oh, that'd be
sweet.
You're
at a concert from back in the day. So it wasn't really for VR. It was more like I was in a concert. You know what I mean? And dude, after like 3 minutes, I was like, okay, here you go. And he's like, you didn't even look at it. I'm like, no, trust me, I'm good. I'm about to throw up all over my office,
Seriously.
man. It was bad. So
now we're gonna do that to our kids with LABO
VR. So before we get into that, let's. So then the next thing I tried was PlayStation VR.
Oh yeah. They tell you I bought one?
Did you really?
Yeah, it's upstairs. I think I'm gonna take it back though. I regret it.
Why would you buy that garbage?
It was so. This is what they did. EB Games has a special today only: $199 for regular people, $179 for Platinum Plus or whatever the card is that you get. So $179, I'm like, that's pretty good. $179 is like it's in Impulse and like our weak dollar. It's probably like $78 for you guys. Like this is like sub $100 territory in big old American dollars. And so I got in the store. I'm like, okay. I talked over with Chelsea. She's like, yeah, get it. Like that sounds sweet. Especially because like the normal bundles are like $400. Like this sounds like such a no-brainer. And I get in there and they go, yeah, it doesn't come with a PlayStation camera. And so like I've already said to them like I would like this VR unit. And like, oh, by the way, you need to like. And so as they're packing up, they're like, by the way, you need a camera. And I'm like, oh man, I feel like I'm such a cheap ass because the thing itself, the unit is $179, and then the camera was like another $50. And so I'm like, oh, that's no longer in my impulse range, Bobby. So I think I'm gonna take it back. I might just buy a suit instead. Maybe, I don't know, man. I've had a lot of time to think about it.
You from VR to suit.
I need a suit. I need new clothes. I need to see my clothes, man.
So all right.
So Joseph Moran is very upset right now because I told him I was going to keep it, but I'm going to take
Whatever. Joseph's a moron. Don't listen to him.
Good God.
Joseph Moran.
Oh, I bet he's never heard that one before.
I know. I'm kidding. I love you, Joseph. I'm in a bad mood. I'm sorry, people. I'm being a little derogatory for people.
You seem mostly good. Just.
I'm just throwing little jabs, and I shouldn't do that. I've been taking shots all day.
I got in a fight with a writer from VG 24/7 or whatever the hell that crappy website is. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. It really ruined my day.
Well,
he's a dink.
I was coming home from work and I was talking to Carrie on the phone. I was really like laying in deep, and she's just like, I'm about to hurt you, man. I was just nasty.
All right, Bobby, back on track here. Baby.
So anyway, back on track. So okay, so my thing is I played VR with Miguel. Miguel bought it. I think I played for 3 hours, something like that, back and forth. Like I wasn't wearing it for 3 hours. Played for a game. He played a game. I played a game. And I think I mentioned this before. Like I had an ache around my eyes. Mm-hmm. Not a headache, nothing like that. It was more like I felt like I had used muscles I had never used in my life before.
Yeah.
That's the way it felt. It felt like I'd gone to the gym, and the first couple times you go to the gym, certain parts of your body ache that you didn't even realize you had, just because you're using parts of your body you never used before. That's what it felt like. That's the only way I can explain it and do it any justice. Mm-hmm. I wasn't torn or thrown away by it, but what I tried was just tech demos, and it was boring. And I'm like, this is not fun. Like, if I'm going to do VR, I want it to be fun. You know what I mean? Like, give me a reason to play this thing. Like, and I know everybody's like, oh, Beat Saber, whatever. No, that's Guitar Hero. I could care less about that. And then they're talking about this Astrobot or whatever game, and I'm like, maybe, who knows? But that aside, then Nintendo comes out last week or earlier this week and talks about LABO VR.
Yeah.
So my first impression is, okay, I didn't see that coming. You know what I mean? Like, I really didn't.
That's so funny because I had the exact opposite reaction. My reaction was like, well, yeah, I thought that was like, I don't know why I thought we had seen a rumor about this or something. It just seemed like, yeah, we always thought we were going to
Emily Rogers.
Did she really?
Yes.
Did she really?
Yes.
She was right about it?
Yes, she did. She was right about it.
I mean, I feel like from the day the Switch was released, we're just like, throw that in front of somebody's face and just make it VR. I feel like I wasn't even sure if we were going to do a topic on this because I'm sure if we go through the you can't even count how many episodes we've done, Bobby. It's impossible to count.
I know.
But somewhere in that infinite number of episodes.
I'm sure we have talked VR at one point.
Yeah. But now it's very real.
Now it's very real. Yeah. And for me, I look at what they've put out. Now, we don't know any games. We just know that they have these different versions of VR kits.
Mm-hmm.
The memes are out of control.
They're amazing. They're amazing. But you know what? Who did it? Wasn't there like an Alex Van Aken video about something like Nintendo knows how to play the internet so that they will make memes out of them? I'm sure of it. I'm sure there's an OK Beast video about this or something, Bobby.
Possibly. I don't know.
So they're just at their just like the Mario or the Luigi death stare. Like there's a whole bunch of great examples that he had brought. The My Body Is Ready. Like there's just ever since My Body Is Ready, maybe there's just been like planting these things.
Yeah.
So you just go make fun of these. Yeah, these kids with the elephant nose or whatever. There's just
the
fishing. And the telescopes,
the chicken, like, and the guy's like, "Hey Jimmy, come look up this chicken's butt." It's like basically that's what you're doing.
So good, it practically writes itself.
So I don't know whether these VR kits is that the games you're playing, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, are you playing like a farm thing with the chicken? Like, I don't know because we don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest with you. So when you buy PlayStation VR. I don't know if you know this. They tell you that if your kid's under a certain age, do not let them play it. I think it's 13, if I'm not mistaken. It might be 8. It's somewhere in there, but it's a low age.
Right.
Or I'm sorry, it's actually a higher age because their eyes haven't developed yet.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here and I'm going, okay, PlayStation VR, Oculus Rift, whatever Vive.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to use these as a kid. And then Nintendo's going to put one out that's for kids.
And not even as good resolution. That's the thing that's kind of blowing my mind.
And that was the next step I was going to. So for me, the main reason I don't want to use a PSVR, the main reason I don't want to use an Oculus Rift. If I was going to honestly like buy something, if you said to me, you have to have a VR kit. If you don't, we're going to kill you. You have to buy one. I'm buying the Oculus. Because really at least with that, I could buy a more powerful computer to run it.
Yeah.
And I don't have to worry about pixels in front of the eyes. So how VR works is this. It tricks your mind into thinking your mind is looking long distance.
Right.
When it's really not.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you were told this as a kid. Get away from the TV because you're going to hurt your eyes.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And so the idea is when the screen is very close to your face, if there's pixels in front, it can damage your eyes. Because what happens is your eyes are looking into the distance and it's tricked. So they're what are they, dilating and opening up or whatever that, I don't know what the term is for opening up. But they're opening up so they can see long, and then when a pixel hits in front of them, it could do damage to your eye. It can mess your eyes up. So my question is you have a 720 screen that you're putting in front of people's faces.
Specifically kids. Okay? This LABO thing is for kids, man. Like that's the so. Like I was okay with. Obviously, we all thought that this was going to happen. That we were going to get the Switch going to have some VR. And the way that they're doing it, I feel like this is Nintendo's like way of dipping their toes in. Like, let's see if there's any interest. But like, I'm kind of weirded out by the guinea pigs are the kids. When even like we just went through this whole 3D thing with the kids. They came out with a separate console because 3D wasn't good for kids' eyes, and of course it created a cheaper alternative and things like that. So I'm kind of just weirded out about that, but I don't necessarily know that, like, is that kind of what you wanted to, is that how you want to tackle this?
So what I wanted to say was, I wanted to start with this.
Yeah.
If we were in Nintendo, is LABO the way we go with VR?
I just think it's a test, man. I just think it's a test. I think just to see if people even want to use it, and these are what I seem to, and if things are consistent with the rest of LABO, very like contained, isolated experiences. So I guess maybe the saving grace is that it's not really encouraging you to be playing this for a really long time. Like you're not going to be fishing for demos. 6 hours, right? Yeah. It's just this cool thing. It's more about like building the LABO itself, putting the cardboard together and folding it all up and having a good time, because that takes you 17 days. Yeah. And then you might play the game for another 10 minutes and be like, oh, that was the payoff for my hard work and putting the LABO thing together. So I don't know, man. I think other companies are having to come up with interesting ways and creative ways to just see if their audience is into VR, if that's something that they want to do, because it takes a lot to develop this. They don't want another Virtual Boy situation, and a lot of these other things are
the one thing. If you notice though, with these kits, is there's kind of a screen in front of your eyes.
This one does. This one has like the goggles or whatever. Like it kind of like it either blurs it or creates some sort of 3D effect in there as well.
So I think that's a lot what's happening on.
I think so
what's
too.
Also happening. So maybe that's where the protective end comes in. Maybe those screens actually protect the kids' eyes. Or allows kids to see.
Man, I
don't know because Nintendo's not saying much.
Yeah.
And this is where I feel like here's a mistake by Nintendo. A lot of times when they're just quiet, they can get away with it.
Yeah.
And it works. In this situation, I think you need to be very vocal. You need to explain to people what this thing can do, what it can't do, because you're running the risk of. Now, listen, Nintendo's not going to put out a product that's going to hurt kids' eyes. That's the last thing they're going to do. But, well, I'm just saying purposely.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. For the audio listeners, I kind of went like, I don't know.
Yeah. So purposely, they're not going to purposely go out of their way to hurt people's eyes, but you need to reassure people because on one side you have PlayStation and Oculus and all them saying like, "Hey man, you got to be a certain age," and then you have Nintendo who had the 3DS and going, "Hey, your kid's got to be a certain age."
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden that's all thrown out the wind.
It seems weird, man.
Yeah, something's not right to me. So this is what I want to do.
Yeah, I've got games that I want on this thing.
Well, we'll get to that point. My thing is LABO's not the way. The only benefit to this LABO thing that I see is the fact that there's no wires.
Yeah,
it's actually cohesive. It's self-sufficient, and
seems like it could be heavy on your face. Like the Switch is not it's portable,
sure.
It's light, but like I don't know, man. I don't know how you balance that.
Well, just the screen itself isn't that heavy. I don't think
so.
Let me see. If I take the Joy-Cons off, right? And it's maybe it is a little bit.
It's kind of just think about that hanging off the front of your face. It's not. I don't know.
I mean, this isn't no heavier than a PSVR.
Probably not.
That's a big bulky thing. This isn't.
But it's like perfectly molded for your head. Like the crown and everything is like really nice. You get this cardboard hat.
The one thing I'll say though is this: it's like with the way Nintendo's doing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you just got to buy this whatever $70 cardboard kit. I'm assuming that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
But unlike PlayStation, you don't have to buy PlayStation Move. You don't have to buy a camera.
Mm-hmm.
It comes with, because the Joy-Cons are going to be basically your hands.
Yep.
And then,
you know what this says to me, Bobby? It says that Nintendo views VR in a very this is so clear. Actually, I can't believe it took me this long to realize it. That VR is such a gimmick that they throw cardboard at it. Like that's how they're treating this new technology. It's just a gimmick. It's just a toy that you're gonna play with for 10 minutes because nobody's been able to prove that you want to do anything more than that at this stage, anyways. I feel like people are screaming at me right now. Adam Leonard just unsubscribed again.
Why?
Because he loves the VR. He likes a lot of these people are coming to VR is really coming to its own these last little months.
You can love VR all you want. I have serious reservations.
Yeah,
I can tell. And listen, you can go back and watch content that I've done over the past 2 years.
You've always said this.
Anytime VR has come up, I've always had reservations. I'm sorry that a guy named Lucky Palmer isn't going to be the one that's going to tell me that this is safe for my eyes. They have not done the research. Just Google it. Just go out there and look for yourselves. The research has not been done. My fear is I don't want corporate America. The thing that makes me laugh is all these people that hate corporate greed, hate corporate people, are jumping on board with this, and then you're trusting people with your eyes.
With VR in general, I would agree. I was going to say I don't think too many people are jumping all over this LABO thing. I think this is
no. I'm talking
minimal
VR
investment, minimal excitement.
I'm talking VR in general.
Yeah.
The one thing I wanted to ask, because I saw today a couple questions, and I was very curious about this. I had a guy in Switch Village. I'm trying to find his name, but I can't find him. But he was asking questions about what we thought about LABO. And one thing he said was, which if you remember pre-LABO announcement and before Reggie retired, he basically said, like, we are not going to do VR at all.
I do remember.
So do you think that this was part of Reggie leaving? Was like,
God, no.
Like, he didn't. This was the question. The question was, do you feel like this was possibly a thing where Reggie was so against it that, and Nintendo was like, no, we're going to do it. And he was just like, okay, we'll do it when I leave.
That's crazy, man. Because look how easily you can just like plan. That's how conspiracy theories are born. That's how you're inciting a panic right now. People in Nintendo land are completely, not just Switch land, but in Nintendo fanboy land. We're all freaking out because now we're going, what else did he see coming that he didn't like? And that's
where it comes down to, because if you do cross that line and go like, hey, he saw this, he didn't like, he bounced.
This is not where I saw this topic going at all. This is not.
I know. We're gonna get to the good part. I'm just basically, I want to break apart this whole thing and then build it back together, because I feel like it's a solid topic in terms of there's so many dynamics to all this, and where do you go with it all? So okay, at the end of the day, are you in agreement as I am that LABO is not the way that you would present VR with the Switch?
I mean, I am so conflicted because I agree. Fundamentally, I don't think you should be putting this in front of your eyes, especially with kids with their developing eyes. I think it's crazy, but this is so low risk. It's not even funny. Like to manufacture these things and to put like small games that probably took them like 5 seconds to put together. Like that's probably about as like much time as you want to invest in just to see if it might be a thing, and to at least say that you did it. If there's ever a time when Nintendo does go full on with VR, you can at least say like, well, this is where we got our lessons from. But other than that, man, I don't know. I have ideas that I want Nintendo. I've always said this. I said as soon as I saw Wario 64 put out that tweet that said Nintendo's got this Labo thing with VR, I said, I've been saying since day one, if anybody's going to figure out VR and how to make it mainstream, it is Nintendo, and nobody before Nintendo. That's why everybody's struggling to do it. Yeah. So I do want Nintendo to jump into this. I am excited by the notion that they're at least thinking about it. I think this thing looks like a joke, but I've got ideas.
The thing is if anybody's going to do the games properly and full-on good games, it's going to be Nintendo.
Right.
Everybody else is going to do tech demos or half-baked ideas. Mm-hmm. To me, Nintendo is going to take it to the next level when the time comes.
You know what I'm surprised that they don't do, Bobby? They should get to the arcades. There's still some stuff happening at pretty awesome arcades with either VR or some cool experiences.
Well, they've done some stuff.
Well, they've got Mario Kart. They've got a great Mario Kart game in the arcades. I think that sets a bit of a precedent.
Mansion. Yeah.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they got a big Luigi's Mansion thing. You hold the vacuum cleaner and you shoot, like you suck up. It's really cool.
It just reminds me. So the reason I bring up the arcades is because like back in the day, you got experiences in the arcades that you could not get at home.
Oh yeah.
And then eventually the console started to catch up, and that kind of made the arcades kind of go away again. Now we're starting to get like larger than life experiences if you go to an arcade that aren't just like a joystick and a CRT TV screen. You're getting some VR, you're getting some crazy stuff happening again, and I feel like that might be testing land for Nintendo to like throw a VR headset on somebody's head. It's a controlled environment because it's an arcade. It's not just anybody and anything. So I think that might be something we can do.
You do know that they have an arcade VR machine in Japan, right?
Ooh, I didn't realize that.
Mario Kart.
It's in VR?
Yes.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, they have a Mario Kart.
Thank you for cutting. Yeah. Thank you. People are probably like, what the hell is the city?
They have a Mario Kart machine in Japan where you put the headset on.
So then what is he talking? What is Reggie saying? They're not doing VR then? Like, it's definitely...
Because they're... I think what he meant was now in the home... Like, and that's the thing. People got to understand too. When Reggie says stuff, like you have to dissect all the words.
Yeah, he's very careful.
They'll say stuff that like, "Hey, we're not going to do VR," but he's not saying ever. He's not saying when. Mm-hmm. He's just saying we're not going to do VR. It don't matter. Like it's weird how you could dissect it and realize like. They got different bits and pieces happening with this. Mm-hmm. So, okay, let's start to build this thing back together.
All right.
Because my answer is this. If we do VR, we don't do it with this version. We do an upgrade on the Switch.
Yep.
1080 screen.
Yep.
Then it's go time.
Yep.
then it's legitimate. We're going to do VR. We're going after it.
I totally
I do agree with what you're saying. I feel like this is low risk. They could do short mini games that the kids have the thing on the face for maybe 5 minutes at a clip. It's quick, painless, jump in, jump out, good to go. I feel like it's perfect for kids. I do feel like it's more 3D than it is VR.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's going to be as super immersive as PSVR or Oculus Rift is. I feel like it's more Virtual Boy than it is VR.
Yeah, because you don't really have like there's accelerometers in the Switch, or is it even in the Switch, or is it in the Joy-Cons? I'm not even certain.
They're in the Joy-Cons, I think.
So I don't even know like how you measure the whole like looking back and forth and like the tracking of the head motion, everything like that. Yeah. So maybe it is just it's a giant screen that's freaking in front of your face. So yeah, the 3D might be something there. But Bobby, I have a couple of things that I would love to experience in virtual reality if I could dive into that.
Go ahead.
Okay, so remember when you and I we were streaming a little while ago, and you were playing Splatoon, and we jumped in and out of being in spectator mode, and how awesome it was to watch from above, even just that crappy like top down, and just seeing how the paint would splatter all over the place.
That was awesome.
The first thing that came to my mind when I started thinking about this topic and like what I want out of a VR experience is Mario 64 starts. Lakitu running around, and all of a sudden you realize like the camera is him. Like I want that. I want to be in the cloud. I want to be like holding the camera and just like running around a whole bunch of games. I want to be in spectator mode. Like it's so funny because I didn't like the first thing I thought of wasn't playing the game. I want to be in there watching games like Mario Kart and Splatoon and things like that, where I could just be like part of the community and hanging out with you guys. We could even like tag out and maybe then jump into the game, but I really just wanted to experience like the just the visuals and being able to enjoy and live in that world first and foremost.
When I thought of VR, I mean that's a fantastic idea. And I mean, to me, like if you had the Joy-Cons in each hand, if you get a shell, you could throw the shell, you could throw the banana peel, you could do that stuff with your hands with the Joy-Cons and such, or whatever they decide to do to have that. But for me, how much I love Animal Crossing.
Oh my god, dude! I was totally thinking that too. Like, you just bring yourself down to the level, down into your world,
and you're just walking around. You're picking the fruit. You're catching the bugs. You're fishing. You're doing you could do it all, man. You have everything built into that. Dude, that would be... And here's the other thing. I feel like a game like Animal Crossing is so much better because it's not fast.
You know what, man? That would be exhausting. That would actually be Animal Crossing in VR, like because you're doing you're fishing, you're chopping down trees, you're digging up fossils, you're doing all the things, you're rowing your boat.
But the thing is it's not hyper intensive on your eyes,
right? Because
you don't have stuff flying at you. Like what we talked about a few minutes ago, like Beat Saber. You have these things flying at you.
Yeah, it might be too much.
And that's a bit too much. But this game, here's a game that's kind of calm, relaxing. The music's in your ears. You're just chilling out. Like, oh my god, dude, that to me would be fantastic.
That's the kind of thing that would just end lives. It already is enough for you to just get lost in this world. And I totally, dude. You read my mind. Animal Crossing,
that would
absolutely.
be that to me would be the be all end all. Drop the mic, go away. That's you're not. It's getting
Nintendo.
Better than that.
It's Nintendo's version of Second Life. You know what I mean? Like it's just like go in there and travel from town to town. Holy crap! You could have a DJ. You could be a DJ or run a bar or something if you wanted to. Another thing that I was thinking about, because of the way that it interacts on your phone and with augmented reality, is Pokemon Go. I thought that it would be really cool to just kind of like wander around. You wouldn't actually be walking around, but it'd be kind of cool to just walk around like a made map, not your real world, but just that. I really think that there's something special about the Pokemon Go, and Let's Go Pikachu and
Let's Go. Yeah, that would be the game.
It's kind of what I was thinking. Let's Go is actually what I had written down. I think that would be sweet, man. I want to be in these, like, especially Pokemon and Animal Crossing. Like, those worlds are very similar to me. Even like the view, the top down view would be very, very sweet. And imagine just living in Pokemon land, like just forever. Holy crap, dude! Because I never want to come out of it.
I feel like the thing I feel like is a Mario game, a Zelda game,
Yep.
I really don't have interest in 3D. Now I know people would love it. I'm just saying, for me personally, that is not my go-to.
Those are
when
the
think
things I
3D.
written down. Them like I feel like those are necessary for it to sell, for it to have like. But I mean, Pokemon kind of takes care of that as well. But I'll never forget the way that the Switch launched with the bookend of the year being like with Zelda and Mario. Just like absolutely crazy. It's like the perfect playbook. You probably need something like that on VR, but I can't wrap my head around why I want that.
But dude, if you had like a Pokemon Snap, forget about it, dude.
Yeah. I think Pokemon fills that void instead of Mario.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, like I sort of leave that a little bit open because I'm not creative enough to come up with like the Mario experience I want in VR that does the thing. But I still have no doubt in my mind that it's a Mario thing that will make VR mainstream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's such a strange thing. But I feel like even with Mario 3D Land on my 3DS, like that was something special. What they did with 3D was something very special. We'd never really experienced it before or since then. And I think that something like that, I guess the proof there was that didn't push 3D into the mainstream either. So maybe I'm just not sure.
Yeah, but I don't think I feel like the problem I felt at that point with 3D was they were just force feeding it on us.
Yeah,
everything had 3D in it, and it was like, oh my god, please stop. What the cool thing with that was you didn't need glasses.
Yeah,
that was the most amazing thing ever. Plus, let's be honest, let's be fair. The first version of the 3DS was garbage. Like you literally had to lock your arms in place so you didn't. If you moved, it popped out. You get headaches and stuff. It was horrible. Yeah. The second version,
I played on the bus too, man. I played that on the bus, that first version. So I was like, I gotta see, especially those certain areas where you really had to turn it on because it showed the perspective and things hiding behind each other.
It was horrible.
Bobby, I want to throw one last thing at you. I've got a bunch of things. I maybe I'll just have a quick wrap up. Okay, I was going a little bit nuts here. But the one game that I have never connected with, that everybody else seems to absolutely love, and I think that if I were maybe a little bit more in it, a little bit more engaged and inside this world, Luigi's Mansion in VR, if I could actually be a little bit spooked in VR, I think I might. That might be, and it's funny that I say that because I often think about the GameCube and how it launched with a Luigi game, and I'm like, you don't do that, man.
No,
but for some reason,
it's a bad thing to do.
I don't know. For some reason, I want somewhat of a Nintendo kind of horror experience, is if that even counts.
Luigi's Mansion is not the way to go with that. Luigi's Mansion is not scary, and they're not all of a sudden going to make it scary. It's not going to happen.
No.
Not gonna happen.
What about a little bit opposite end of the spectrum, not super cool, but this game has been a long time dormant. Bobby, Pilot Wings in VR.
I think that would work. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it would work, but I think I'd be sick to my stomach after like 2 seconds of playing.
It'd be a great weight loss system. You know what I mean? Just play Pilot Wings for 5 seconds and throw up the last 3 dinners you had.
You're messed up. I honestly think that would work very well with VR, and you would see them lean and gravitate towards that franchise. I think another one that might work, and I don't know, maybe like a Wii Sports.
That's what I totally have that written down. Yeah. Absolutely, Wii Sports, like that view, kind of either just behind, like especially boxing, I think would be really cool. Because it made you feel like you were doing the thing. Wii Sports is I was hesitant to even bring it up because it feels like people kind of giggle about it now. It was game changing, man. That thing.
Oh, it was amazing.
It
was amazing, dude. It was way ahead of its time.
Just imagine all the broken TVs you'd have then, or broken walls, and I always tell the story about how my dad played tennis. Like he would have an imaginary ball in one hand, and he would throw it up like a mime, and then he would like spike it down with the other. Like that was his serve. I'm like, Dad, you just like flick it and just do this. And he would do the whole thing, and he'd be like moving around like he thought the system was like tracking his body and stuff. He's running all over the living room, knocking things over. Imagine throwing a VR thing in front of his face.
It'd be amazing.
Danger Town.
It'd be amazing.
Last one I want to bring up, Bobby. Bring back another franchise that has been disgraced, I think, in VR, an on the rails system. I'm not gonna say Kirby, because you have to fall from grace for you to be disgraced. You know, it's always been crap. I want to play a Star Fox game in VR. I want to be like, I feel like VR.
That's another one. That's another one you're trying to get everybody sick.
Possibly do a barrel roll in VR.
Oh God, no! God, no!
That would be amazing.
Oh my God,
that would be
no
so
thanks.
good. That'd be so good. But I think, like, in all honesty, like experiencing all three versions of or modes, I guess, in Star Fox 64. If you could be running around, if you could be in your tank or in your R-wing, I think it would be pretty sweet, dude.
I agree. I think that would be another one that'd be really fantastic. Listen, I think Nintendo and their franchises lend the possibility to a lot of great games for a VR situation.
I just think not the main ones though. That's kind of my point.
I'm definitely not Metroid.
What about Metroid Prime 4?
No, I wouldn't do it.
No,
because I just feel like you have to be leery of games that are going to make most people sick.
Yeah.
And I feel like right now isn't the time. You need people to play VR for long periods of time, get adjusted to VR, and then go, I'm going to jump in.
My God,
I know friends of mine that have VR and have played games.
Yeah.
Like the Batman VR and a couple other games. And they were so sick to their stomachs after them. And it was like, and here's people that don't get sick at first-person shooter games, that played a lot of the other VR games, never had problems, and then you jump into that stuff that's very intensive, and you're just not used to it.
I think you're right. Well, I think that's what they're going for here. Very, very easy, bite-sized stuff. Go catch a fish or whatever. Last thing I'll throw at you, Bobby. First person. This franchise has never been in first person before. First person Kirby. And you're sucking things up, and it's flying at your face, and then it's in your mouth, and then you gotta either swallow it.
That is all. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of If We Ran Nintendo. you just every week. Be sure to check out Mr. Sean Capri on the Twitters.
Sean Capri.
Capri. Sean like Connery. Capri like the pants. You follow me at Nintendo Gurus. That is all. Peace out, Preston.
Bye, Jacob.